Well, hello there. I'm so glad you made it. I just got a request to draw an amazingly strong animal. The adult males are called silverbacks, and they can be more than 10 times stronger than a human. Its nose print is just as unique as our fingerprints. And it's a really social animal that lives in groups called troops. That's right, we're drawing a gorilla. All you're gonna need is a clean sheet of paper, a nice sharp pencil, an eraser, a dark marker or a pen, and of course, something to color with. Okay, do you guys have your pencils ready? Perfect. Okay, now let's go ahead and start drawing our main shapes. And this is so that we can go ahead and know where to put all the body parts. We can start adding body parts to it as we go. This is gonna be the big chest, and this is gonna be the back end. So I'll push a little bit harder so you can see. And we're gonna start with the big shoulder like this. Look at that shoulder. They got massive arms because they're super strong. All right, then we're gonna draw the top part of their arm, then we're gonna draw the bottom part. That's the longer part here, your forearm, but theirs are equally as big, it feels like. So we're gonna angle it in a little bit, but it's gonna be a little bit longer. Now let's go ahead and move on to the other side. Now this one's actually gonna be on the back side, but instead of just kind of drawing it like this, that can be kind of hard. So what I like to do is to just kind of draw through it. So I'll draw maybe a little bit higher up. I'll just kind of draw through it. Now you'll notice I'm drawing lots of circles, that's okay. We're gonna erase that anyways. It's just kind of helping us figure out exactly how big we want these arms. Ooh, those are big. Let's we'll kind of put the leg out in the back. We're gonna kind of keep it nice and close. So this might change a little bit, but let's do this. Let's bring this leg in like that. So we're gonna do a back leg jutting out there with another oval. And then let's do where the head's going to be. I'm gonna have the head not directly in the center. I'm gonna have it moved over a little bit. So it's gonna probably cut halfway through this circle on this side or that oval. So for example, we'll draw that head right up here. There we go. Now the head's gonna be a lot bigger. I mean, this is just gonna be kind of where their face is gonna be. Just in this oval right here. And then what we'll do is you'll kind of, almost looks like kind of a hood thing right up over the top. Their head gets really tall. If you ever look at a picture of a gorilla, check out this head up here. All right, so let's go take this over on the top. And then we're just gonna kind of bring it down over here. And because its head's gonna be kind of looking off to the side, we don't need this completely centered. We're just gonna have a curve coming off of this edge, going over, and then kind of connecting with the face on that side. Now, a good thing to do right now, probably, so we can see the rest of the details we're gonna do for the face. We're not gonna do too much more with the sketching, but I just wanna get some of these bigger shapes locked in so it'll make it easier for us to draw on top. So now that we have that, I'm gonna erase the middle of that so you can kind of see. Now let's add an oval, an elongated, stretched out oval about midway through right here. And now if we just kind of go straight down, we're gonna draw a circle right about this big right underneath this oval. And that's gonna be where the mouth is. Maybe, the only thing we're missing is probably where the feet are. Now their hands are gonna be kind of on their fists, right? That's kind of how they walk on the front. So their back foot will be out like this, but their front hands are gonna be like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make it real simple. Just draw some blocks here just to show that those are going down. And you know what? I think we can even draw back here. This is gonna go down pretty far where the belly is. It's gonna kind of drop down. So because of that, I think I wanna make these arms even bigger. Now that I'm looking at it, let's draw these arms even bigger. You can always adjust things as you go. I don't draw it perfectly the first time. What you'll notice is I want these arms to be a little bit bigger. So I can go ahead and do that. I can just elongate those out a little bit more and kind of draw them down here. Maybe draw this shoulder down a little bit and make them a little bit taller, maybe to that point. And then I'll add the little squares at the end for where the hands are gonna be. I think that looks a lot better. That looks a little bit more proportionate, and that'll work, I think, a bit better for what I need. So then I might make this just a little bit longer as well. See how messy this is? And that's okay. It's totally fine. It's starting to look like a gorilla, even though we're just drawing with basically ovals. And that's kind of what's cool about this, is that you can get the basic shape out. And then we'll draw just like kind of one at an angle to kind of show where the foot's going to be at. So this is a great point just to pause the video if you need to catch up, or if you need to clean a few things up before we move on to our contour lines with our dark marker or our pen. Now that we have our pin out, we can't erase it, we're gonna start making some really slow, deliberate marks for the outline of our gorilla, and then we'll add more details in the middle. But because certain things overlap, let's start with this giant arm in the front. Now, the other cool part about having these guides here with our sketch is it allows us to draw things like fur, and because we already know the shape of the arm, it'll be easy just to add fur to it. So I'm gonna start maybe right up here and just kind of start building on fur all the way up. So now it kind of comes on in, and we're gonna go back out and finish up the arm down here. So at this point, it might be good to kind of move on to maybe the top of the head. Let's start kind of where the middle is here of this head, right about here. And we're gonna kind of go like this and kind of go straight down. At the top of our oval, right above that, we're gonna draw a little ear, like this. Just a little ear. And then we'll go over and we'll draw some cheeks. Now you can draw as big a cheeks as you want on yours. And then on this side, same thing, stop here at this circle. Next up, we're gonna draw the nose. Now make it kind of a big nose for our gorilla. So I'm gonna do like this. I'm going to draw the nostrils in there. And then we'll just finish up the rest of our circle. And again, you can do that slowly because circles are not very easy to draw. And then I'm going to have them smiling. You don't have to have yours smiling, but I'm going to have my gorilla's going to be pretty happy. So now for the face, or for the eyes, I should say, they're kind of inset. That means they're set inside the face a little bit, and their forehead kind of juts out, like Frankenstein. If you've seen Frankenstein, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Before we draw that on the top, let's draw the eyes. I'm going to draw maybe one line in the middle to kind of divide the two and connect the top of the eyebrow. And that line will be there to kind of connect the nose and the brow. So now I'm going to try to draw as circular as possible these eyeballs. So let's draw now that little brow. So that'll just go across like this. And then I'm going to make sure it feels like it's set in. So I'm just going to do some little stuff with the fur. But because I don't want to draw a big harsh line, then some ways you can do is just break it up. I'm just gonna have it broken up a little bit, little line to kind of show that it was the fur, some difference in the fur. Now let's draw the chest here and the belly. Pretty easy. Let's just go through and draw this. Don't have to go all the way through, just kind of stop it right there. And then we're gonna start right about here and draw that belly. Now we're gonna draw this back line to kind of continue on up there. You don't have to draw it all the way to the back because you want to leave some room for where that back end is. That's a little bit high. I might lower it a little bit. There we go. I'm just gonna draw a little wavy line. Instead of doing the fur, I'm gonna make it a little bit finer and smoother. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So then I'm gonna draw the little fur there. And then let's do this backside over here. Let's do this big left shoulder. Ooh, we should buy a little waves right here to look like the little furs kind of dividing off the bicep there. So again, they're walking like this. So you might see the front of it like this, and then maybe just like a finger or something like that. And then we're gonna put it, this actually looks more like a foot in the back. So if you think about where your big toe is, if you look down at your feet, your big toe's on the inside, and your littler ones go towards the outside. If this one's his right foot on the inside, the big toe's gonna be on the inside. So we're gonna go big toe. I'm gonna draw the back of his foot over here. So in the back here, we're just gonna kind of do little toes. Just 3 extra little toes on the back. That looks good. The only thing I have to do left now is just to go ahead and erase all of that sketch underneath, and then I'm off to coloring. There we are. Oh, I'm so happy with how my gorilla turned out. And I thought of a name too. I think I'm gonna name my silverback gorilla, I'm gonna be calling him George. George of the jungle. Well, how did yours turn out? Awesome. I bet yours looks different than mine, huh? That's totally fine. I love that it looks different. That's the cool thing about art, is that we make different things. We make our own unique style. So I am really proud of what I made, and hopefully you are too. And what do we do when we're proud of what we do? We sign it. We sign our artwork. So I'm gonna put my little signature in the corner, and now George the gorilla is officially done. Well, we may have just finished drawing our amazing gorilla. There's still tons of videos on here to draw other animals as well. So if you want to keep drawing, go check them out. But just on the chance I don't see you in the next video, always remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. You are going to love our new book, The Nature Explorer's Drawing Guide for Kids. It's full of interesting facts and step-by-step instructions for drawing all kinds of plants, insects, and animals, helpful art tips, and even blank nature journal pages in the back for you to go outside and make your own discoveries. Check it out for yourself. You can find it anywhere online where books are sold.